What is going on, crypto family? Today I wanted to cover my top 5 favorite DeFi platforms built on top of Optimism. So Optimism is a layer 2 solution built on top of Ethereum that will help scale and make Ethereum faster. And Optimism also operates as a standalone blockchain that hosts dozens of apps on top of it. I'm super bullish on Optimism, especially with their new partnership announced with Coinbase and the Base chain. So today I wanted to cover my top 5 DeFi platforms where you can yield farm and lend for APYs of 50%, 100% and beyond. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. So like I mentioned, Coinbase just announced their new chain, the Base chain, which utilizes the OP stack. So they're using Optimism's technology to build their own chain, and on top of that, they want to combine both the Optimism chain and the Base chain into one super chain. So this is super bullish for the Optimism token. So taking a look at Defi LLama, Optimism is ranked number 6 in terms of total value locked, with over 800 million locked in its liquidity pools. And if we dig deeper, we do see that the total value locked has increased over time within Optimism, and there are dozens of lending and yield farming apps within the protocol. And regarding layer 2 solutions, we do see that layer 2 solutions including Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon have all overtaken the amount of transactions the Ethereum mainnet is processing with a factor of 2.5 to 1, meaning there's almost twice as many layer 2 transactions happening over the regular Ethereum transactions. And I predict the scaling factor will continue growing moving ahead for a factor of 10 to 1, 50 to 1, even 100 to 1. So again, I definitely think the Optimism token is heavily undervalued because of its future potential. And looking at layer 2 fees, we do see that Optimism is still relatively cheap to transact versus the Ethereum mainnet, only a fraction of the cost. So before we go over my top 5 favorite DeFi platforms built on top of Optimism, I do recommend you install MetaMask on your browser. MetaMask is free, and don't forget to add the Optimism network to your MetaMask wallet. And in order to do that, you would simply click on your networks up here and go to add network. This would bring you to a new window, and because I've already previously added the Optimism network, it would populate here and you would simply click add and accept. And from your MetaMask icon, you can then select Optimism within your other networks. And finally, if you want to add the actual OP token, what you would simply do is add the token manually. So on the Optimism IO help website, all you would need to do is manually add the token address, which is here. We would copy this, go back to MetaMask and import tokens, and under token contract address, you would paste the number you just copied, and from there, everything else will populate for you and you would add the OP token. But since I've already added this, I can't add it twice, and you will finally see the OP token appear under your assets section. And if you're wondering where to buy the Optimism token, I do recommend you use Coinbase. You can actually withdraw within the Optimism network for super low gas fees, and you can directly send this Optimism token directly into your MetaMask wallet. But let's say you don't want to use a centralized exchange, you're also free to use the Optimism bridge over at optimism.io over in the bridge section. And from here, you would bridge actual Ether on the Ethereum mainnet into the Optimism mainnet, and you would approve this transaction. And from here, your new Ethereum will be present under the Optimism network. And if for some reason you wanted to reverse this transaction, you're always free to withdraw from the Optimism network back to the Ethereum mainnet. So in no particular order, my very first favorite platform built on top of Optimism is Velodrome. So Velodrome is a DEX built on Optimism. Click on website and launch the app. So very straightforward DEX. You can swap here from the Optimism token to the Velo token or some Ethereum. Over in the pool section is where we can yield farm. So I always like to sort by total value locked, and in descending order we see the most popular pools on the platform. So here we have a stable pool of USDC and the dollar coin. This will net you 11% APR. Click on manage, and you would simply deposit an equal amount of USDC and the dollar dollar token, and from there you will begin earning dollar rewards. Let's say you don't want the dollar token, you're free to swap that dollar back into other coins such as USDC or whichever coin you would like. And we also do have pretty exotic pools such as this Velo USDC pair. This is netting us 83% APR. And again, you would deposit equal parts Velo and USDC and you would begin earning Velo rewards. And from here you can vest your Velo tokens and earn more rewards. You can vote on protocols, you can stake your Velo, or even do bribes for the voting process. So Velodrome is a pretty straightforward DEX with over 242 million total value locked in its protocol. So my next favorite project on Optimism is Curve, and Curve has over 69 million total value locked, and we click on its website. And again, pretty straightforward. We have our swap section where you can swap different coins, for example OP into some USDC, and under pools some more yield farming options. So again, we can sort by total value locked. So the most popular pool here is this quad stable pool with DAI, USDC, USDT, and SUSD, and this would net you close to 7% in CRV tokens, which is the Curve DAO token, and on top of that you get bonus rewards of 9.5 Optimism tokens. So that's a pretty cool stable pool. You just have to deposit equal amounts of each of these tokens and you begin earning your rewards. And I do like the fact that Curve is multi-chain, so there's tons of other options to choose from if you wanted to explore other blockchains. And you can also sort by APY. So here's another pool, MIM stable pool with DAI, MIM, USDC, and USDT. So the base reward here is only 1.45 of the Curve DAO. So you get some pretty crazy incentives for providing liquidity here. On top of the 1.45, you get bonus rewards of 35% APR of CRV tokens. So this is an extremely profitable pool. And below that, we also have Frax, the Frax and the USDC pair. And this would net you close to 24% APR of the CRV token. So those are pretty lucrative rewards. And under dashboard, you're able to view your balances and claim your rewards. Cool. And my next favorite platform on Optimism is the Kyber network. So Kyber Swap here has over 7 million total value locked. So we would click in here and click on website. And Kyber Swap also is multi-chain, so you do have your swap section also. You can swap for various coins, but what we're interested is the pools section, and specifically elastic pools. So these are concentrated liquidity pools, and you can sort by TVL. So the most popular pool here is the wrapped staked ETH and the ETH pool, which nets you 20% APY for depositing here, or even the wrapped staked ETH and the USDC pair, which earns you a whopping 86% APY for depositing in this pool. Here's another amazing pool, the OP USDC pair with a whopping 218% APY. So we would click on add liquidity, and again, in order for this to work, you have to add equal parts OP token and USDC. Keep in mind, pools like these are extremely volatile, so make sure you're investing wisely. And again, you're free to explore other chains within Kyber Swap, Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, Phantom, the list goes on. And my fourth most favorite project on Optimism is Sun Finance with over 40 million total value locked. So Sun is a lending platform where you can lend your tokens for a yield. We will click on the website. It's a very straightforward website. So under supply assets, we do have our single assets where you can lend. So RAT ETH would net you close to 3% APR. USDC lending would net you 3.5 APR. USDT has a whopping almost 14% APR for lending this. And keep in mind, you add both the supply and the reward APR to get your total reward rate. Or even Optimism token, 3 plus 1.5%, that's close to 4.5% APR in reward. This is a very simple, straightforward approach. And under markets, you do see the amount of supply versus borrowed on the platform, and you can also borrow coins if need be, and this gives you a more detailed view of what coins are being borrowed. And lastly, you can stake the Sun token, and for staking the Sun token, you net 25% APR. It's super cool, pretty straightforward lending protocol. I'm a big fan for people who do not want to yield farm and simply just lend their tokens. And my last but not least favorite DeFi protocol built on top of Optimism is Defi Finance. So Defi Defi is a yield aggregator, and Defi acts like a search engine that pulls the best pulls out there in the DeFi ecosystem and puts them all into one centralized website. So we click here, and here is the homepage, a multi-chain yield optimizer. Earn the highest APYs across 18 chains with safety and efficiency in mind. We would launch the app. And don't forget to connect your wallet, and right off the bat you can choose one of the various blockchains available. We want to choose Optimism, and again I like to sort by total value locked. So it looks like the most popular pool here is a SUSD, DAI, USDC, USDT pool utilizing the Curve protocol, and this would net you 13% APY, or even this USDR USDC LP pool, which would net you a whopping 127% APY. So definitely do your research when it comes to some of the more extreme APYs. They're not always sustainable. So I like to sort by total value locked. So the most popular pool here on Defi Finance is the wrapped staked ETH and ETH pair on the Curve platform, and this would net you 9% APY. And the second most popular one here is the SUSD, DAI, USDC, and USDT pool, which would net you 13% APY for a stable pool. So if we click on here, you do see that you need equal amounts of each of these coins in order for this to work. And if you do need those 4 different tokens, you would click on add liquidity, and within Curve you can swap for the different tokens, and you would simply click on deposit here and connect and approve that transaction. And let's say you just want to stick to strictly stable coins, you would click on stable coins here, and this would display only stable coins and sort by APY. And again, some of the more popular stable pools on Defi. I'm a big fan of Defi, and if you've watched some of my other videos, I cover other popular blockchains on here such as Matic, Phantom, Avalanche. So don't forget to check out those videos on my channel. So I'm super bullish on what Optimism is working on. They have an amazing roadmap ahead of them, and their DeFi dominance keeps growing each and every week. They're slowly catching up to other chains such as Polygon and Arbitrum. I definitely think they're heavily undervalued at their current price point. With a market cap of only 660 million, we can easily double your investment when it reaches 1 billion in market cap, or even 10 billion. So from there you can easily 10x your investment. So definitely a good time to get in now. So let me know what you think about Optimism. Are you a fan? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, if you have any questions, please leave a question in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.